Hi guys, Bill Mufasajeep. So today I was gonna go over some fun stuff with you. Fun stuff because it's like my favorite time of the year. We're like 3 weeks away from the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep invasion, and I don't know about your house, but our house, we are stoked. We can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. So what I was gonna go over with you is like things that we do and things that are kind of like our do not miss things that we always typically do. I think this is year 5 or 6 for us. I'm losing track. But we're we were newbies 5 years ago. Now we're kind of the vets of our friends down here in South Florida. So if you guys are watching and you have any questions of like things to do, cool things to see, places to go visit, great places to eat, any of that stuff, leave it in the comments. And I reply to all the comments. And if you want to add to our list, add to our list. Like, tell us things that you do when you're in the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion that you do every year, or you did when you were there. And if you went again, you would definitely do again because we're always looking for new things to do as well. And there's so much to do there. You can get completely muddled up in like some of the not so great things. Like I could tell you the two things that we just personally thought were a ripoff. The first one would be Skyland Ranch. I really wanted to pet a Highland cow. You know, I'm an animal lover. And yeah, you get to see a Highland cow. We went up there and I mean, it was gay. It was so stupid. It was like, I think we got a deal too. They were giving away tickets at the show for like 19 bucks a person or 15 bucks a person. So when Skyland Ranch first opened up, it just wasn't that great. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze. We won't do it again. It just wasn't worth it. The second one is the Skywalk. The Skywalk is like the biggest suspension bridge, but I forget what the cost was, but it was way more than what you go up there. There's nothing up there other than a gift shop that's way too expensive, water that's way too expensive, and then a tower, which the tower was okay, and the bridge, the longest suspension bridge in North America or something like that. The caveat is that it's the longest suspension bridge. It's not the longest pedestrian bridge. It's the longest pedestrian suspension bridge. It was okay. We got pictures up there. It's on all of our socials. In the middle of the bridge, there's like a glass bottom. It's a pretty cool picture spot, but I think it was like $29 or $39 a person. And seriously, 30 minutes is, if you spent 30 minutes there, you've done seen it all. And I just don't think $30 per person for that is really worth it. But that's us personally. Hey, if that's your thing, go check it out for yourself and let us know if you think it was a ripoff too. I personally thought it was a ripoff. I'll never ever do it again. But here are some of the things that we do. So the first thing I want to go over with you guys is the main events, all the things that are like must do's or must do's for us. If they're not for you, that's cool too. So I put times and dates down here. So the LeConte, the main event, that's where all the vendors are. So what day that starts is Thursday the 20th through the 22nd, and they open the doors at 8:30, and then they close at 5. So that's the main event. That's where all the vendors are. There's a show and shine up on the hill. You'll just the parking lot alone, the amount of Jeeps that are there is just next level. I mean, once you get parked and you come out, like we go Thursday because we want to get there while the vendors still have everything. So we do that and we make our way through, and it takes most of the day. I'm going to be honest. So we're going to make sure this year that we get done in enough time because on the 20th, the very last Hard Rock after party, because Hard Rock's closing this year on the 23rd, I believe, is the last day for Hard Rock Pigeon Forge. They're closing. I don't know if they got bought out. They're not making enough money. I don't know what the case is, but they're just not going to be there anymore. So next year, not this year, but next year, there won't be a such thing as an after party at the Hard Rock. So we're going to make sure we get there at 3 o'clock. We don't want to miss that. There'll be tons of Jeeps in the parking lot. Usually there's like some music or a DJ. It's just a cool place in the meat and potatoes of the whole time you're there, where everybody. I mean, typically when people come into Pigeon Forge, some of them are coming from much more local places than us, so they don't come in as early as we do. So a lot of you'll see the biggest amount of traffic that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you come in earlier than that, the town isn't as busy and you can get to do some of the other things. And that's what we do. We do some of the things that are not have tos, but just want tos. So Hard Rock on the 20th starts at 3, ends at 9 when they close. Of course, one of our favorite hangout spots is Quaker Steak and Lube. And that's going to be the same thing from the 20th through the 22nd, pretty much 3 o'clock to close. But I'm going to tell you right now, We'll get there at 3 o'clock on some days just because we want parking, good parking, and we'll hang out there all night because that's where a lot of the Jeepers that we hang out with will be, and it's just really fun. There's just a ton of people there. You get to see the craziest Jeeps ever while you're in the parking lot. Some people will do that, they're running the strip and then they're coming through Quaker Steak. So if you sit there long enough, you'll get to see all the Jeeps. Or you can go to the strip. So the strip is a parade of Jeeps pretty much from the 19th through the 22nd, and it's 3 lanes each way. And there's always Jeeps just running up and down. Obviously, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it'll be insane. It'll be three full lanes of Jeeps going two different directions, and it's just Jeeps as far as the eye could see. And usually traffic does get backed up. You'll get jammed up on some of those nights if we're out on the strip. We're gonna park at our normal spot. I'm not telling you what our normal spot is because then everybody will park there and we'll lose our good spot. But we'll park on the strip and hang out at least 1 or 2 nights because it's another just like have to. It's one of those fun things that we do every year. So between Quaker Steak and the strip and the parade of Jeeps, both of those are going to be really awesome just because the amount of Jeeps that are going. I think this year's going to be bigger than any other year. We've heard so many people saying that they're going this year. I think it's going to be crazy and it's going to be a lot of fun. Townsend Takeover. So the Townsend Takeover pretty much happens at the same time as the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion stuff. That's in Townsend, Tennessee. So that's about 30 to 40 minutes outside of town. On these days, when you go to the Townsend Takeover, so what's at Townsend Takeover? Townsend Takeover is you have the Cades Cove Jeep Outpost is out there. So if you've never been to the Cades Cove Jeep Outpost, that's a really cool spot. All they sell is Jeep stuff. They have a wall of Jeep grills you can take a picture with. They're gonna have a massive duck out there. There's just gonna be a whole bunch of cool Jeep stuff going on. They will have vendors out on the it's like across the street is what they did last year. They'll have some on site at that Cades Cove Jeep Outpost, but they'll also have another parking area where there's a line of vendors, and it's like those vendors do Townsend instead of the other, or they have two groups. One's doing the LeConte Center, and the other is doing the Townsend Takeover. So you will have some redundancy in the type of vendors that you'll see if you're doing both of them. So Townsend Takeover, 20th through the 22nd, that opens up at 10 a.m. and it goes until about 6 p.m. The one that we did last year, which was a lot of fun, I don't know if we're going to do it this year. So Kelly Williamson, the moonshiner, owns Adventure Distilling. Adventure Distilling is over in Cosby, Tennessee, and he does a Wheeling for a Cause. So what it is if you go online right now and sign up, it's $25. He did say the other day when he did his post that it was going to be a 3 hour trail ride, and it's not severe wheeling or anything like that. He's saying even stock Jeeps can make it. It's a good time. We did it last year. We just got to decide if we're going to do it this year because it's quite a bit of time. You drive, we stay in Pigeon Forge, so we would drive 40, 35, 40 minutes to get there. It starts at 9, I believe, 9:30 a.m. on the 19th. So it's one of the days before the main event, which is kind of cool because if you don't have anything to do and you got in before the main event started on the 20th, it's actually a really cool, like, if you haven't done it before, like, we had a lot of fun last year. So we may go. Like, I'm just undecided as of yet if we're going to go do this wheeling thing or not. But and then he takes you up in the mountains, and it's about a 3 hour trip. We got to cross over like a little creek, do some off-camber stuff, which was pretty cool. If you've never wheeled before, this is a good way to get your feet wet because it's more like trail riding. It isn't like severe wheeling. I will say if you have a stock Jeep, we did have a friend with us last year, and they ended up getting pinstripes because where we were going through, some of the paths are pretty narrow. So if you're somebody that really don't want to get your Jeep pinstripe, maybe this event isn't for you, but um, it's cool. It's fun. It's at a distilling place over in Cosby. They'll have like last year they had badges for the event. They'll have vendors. He's going to have live music this year. And the other cool thing that I'm kind of leaning towards wanting to go is Mark Digger and Kelly Williamson are all three going to be there for this event. So if you're a fan of moonshiners, some of half of the cast is going to be there. So and the one lady Sally, she'll be there as well. She's the one out of Louisiana, I believe, that was making like the hot moonshine. I forget what she's made. Oh, jalapeno moonshine. She made jalapeno moonshine. I don't even know. It's crazy. Whatever. So, that's all the dates and times of things. So the other things that we do and things that I say are kind of like don't miss if it's your first year. It's something that I wish somebody would have told us our first year. Like we kind of had to learn by asking other people and stuff like that. But that's why I'm making this video, so you know, like, hey, where are we? Like, for instance, Cades Cove, Parsons Branch, and the Tail of the Dragon. So when you go to Townsend, Cades Cove is within like 10 minutes of Townsend. So you could do the Cades Cove loop, and usually you get to see bears. So far, when we've done the Cades Cove loop, it does take time. It's about 2 hours of your time. You're going to end up seeing bears. Usually we see bears on Cades Cove. Turkeys, deer. I mean, there have been deer where I could reach out and almost touch them out of the vehicle because they're so close and they're so used to people driving through. Um, we've seen a wild fox just laying in the street. It's really cool. It's a beautiful. I mean, some of the best scenes you could see are right there. It's a really good slow ride through down a gravel road. Even if you had a Subaru, you could do this. So it's not off-roading at all. It's just normal riding around a gravel trail, but out in some of the most beautiful places you'll see in the Smoky Mountains. So Parsons Branch. So the way you get to Parsons Branch is you take Cades Cove, and you'll start seeing people like dip off to the left. If you keep going down Cades Cove, you'll come up on a sign. I don't know. It's probably 5 by 5, and it says something as to the effect of Parsons Branch, unimproved road, should have a lift kit, should have four-wheel drive, this, that, and the next thing. It's not a severe trail. It's a lot of up and down the mountain, more than wide enough for any stock Jeep Wrangler to do. Your Jeep will get dirty. I think there's like 7 or 14 water crossings. I don't know, one of the two. But you're crossing water over the road that's like this deep. So it's not like you're traversing it. This isn't the Oregon Trail where you're losing your wagon. It's just like a little bit of water, but it's cool. It's very beautiful. It takes time. So I would say you're going to add another hour and a half on your trip if you do Cades Cove, drop over to the Parsons Branch, and here's the other part that takes, it's a time suck. Like doing this whole thing all in one day, and if you're going to travel over there, you may as well just dedicate a day to it, pack a lunch, bring some drinks. It's a long day. So we would usually do Cades Cove, Parsons Branch, which is like an off-road trail ride, really fun. It's a riot. I'm sure we have videos from last year when we did it. And then the end of Parsons Branch drops you off on the Tail of the Dragon. So the Tail of the Dragon is 217 turns and X amount of miles. So if you've never done the Tail of the Dragon, I mean, that's like a motorcycle guy or a sports car guy type of thing. We do it last year. We did it in a Gladiator on 40s and 6.5 inch lift, which is a whole different dynamic. But it's fun. And I would say out of the Smoky Mountains, the most amazing views are on the way back from the Tail of the Dragon getting to Pigeon Forge, taking the back way. There is like a lake that surrounds a mountain and other mountains in the backdrop. It's just like it's something out of a picture book. It's insane. So it's probably one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see. I mean, in nature, it's like as a a backdrop. And I was in awe the first time we did it and seen it. I was like, holy smokes, this is like the most amazing place ever. It's just really beautiful. So that's Cades Cove, Parsons Branch, Tail of the Dragon. Three Bears store. Three Bears store is like one of our favorite places to go. Behind the Three Bears General Store on the Pigeon Forge Parkway there on that main strip. If you go behind the building, that's where they have that mural with the Smoky Mountains and all that stuff. You back your truck up to it. That's where everybody are getting those super epic Smoky Mountain pictures is behind Three Bears General Store in the middle of Pigeon Forge. So if you drive around the back, you'll see Jeeps lined up taking pictures. Usually they'll have a duck out there, and that usually lands usually like Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, one of those days. It's a pretty big duck. Typically, the biggest duck to take a picture with your Jeep is going to be out at that Townsend Takeover. The Townsend Takeover, they have a ginormous duck, and they put it out in the field, and then it's a big line just like any other thing. And you pull up, and actually a guy will help you. And last year, that's how it worked. He used your phone and took a picture or a few pictures for you so you could be with your Jeep in front of this massive, ginormous, like, I don't even know, 10, 20 foot duck. So the big duck is out in Townsend Takeover. The mural is behind the Three Bears. Crave Golf Club, which is just a couple doors down from your the Three Bears store behind the place, is like these wings made of candy. Same thing. It's a really cool mural spot where you back your vehicle up and it makes your vehicle look like it has wings, and you'll see a lot of people taking pictures there and then posting them on their socials, and then you're like, where are they doing this? This is where they're doing it. Crave Golf Club has candy wings, the murals behind the building. So that's another one of the things that we kind of, we do every year. Obviously with the new Jeep, we'll get new pictures on both of those at both of those spots while we're there. So the Island Pigeon Forge, that's just a must do. There is a Old Smoky moonshine place where you do tasting there. Um, it's just something to see. It's a shopping place. There's some really good places to eat there. We've ate a few. I can't remember. It's like a wood fire, wood something, wood smoke grill, timber timber wood grill. We ate there. We can't say enough good stuff about it. One of our favorite places we've ate in the area, and there's a lot of good places to eat there. Um, Gatlinburg Strip, moonshine tasting, Anakista, and the restaurants there. Gatlinburg Strip, we take a whole day and we do it. What we'll do is we'll go to Gatlinburg, we'll park, we'll get there at 9 o'clock in the morning. As soon as everything starts opening up, we'll do what we call the moonshine tour. We're a bunch of degenerates, like really. Let's honestly, we're bad. So we'll go from Old Smoky and do their moonshine tasting. Then we'll go to Sugarlands, which is my favorite, and do their tasting. And then there's one other. It is called Tennessee Shine Co. Tennessee Shine Co. was the last one we did last year. So we went from tasting to tasting to tasting, did all three, probably ended up doing them all before 11 o'clock in the morning. Then we went to Old Red and ate, and the food was really good there. We've been watching reviews, and people are like, "Oh, the food's trash at Old Red." We've never had a bad experience at Old Red, and it's pretty amazing being inside the place. It's got live singers half the time. When we were there, there was a live singer. Dude was killing it. It was awesome. The atmosphere is really cool. All the decorations and stuff is something to see inside there. It's just a cool place to see, and it didn't let us down at all. We're going back this year, 100%. We're eating at Old Red this year because we liked it so much last year. So the Gatlinburg Strip, Moonshine, Anakista, and restaurants. Anakista. So when I was talking about what's your best bang for your buck for money, Anakista is expensive. But if you've never been to Anakista before, it's probably our favorite thing to do. They have a tree man that's like 20 feet tall that you can take a picture with. They have these rope bridges that are in the trees that are really high up. So if you're afraid of heights, you might not want to do that. They have these landing spots with rocking chairs and the most epic views probably in the Smokies that I've ever seen. I mean, you get up, so they used to have like a chair lift, like a ski lift. Now they got these little glass cart thingies that take you up the mountain. Those are new for this year. Um, yeah, they have zip lines out there. They have two mountain coasters. We did both the mountain coasters. Those are a riot. But everything costs, and I think I did how much it would cost us if we wanted to do zip line, Anakista general admission, two mountain coasters, and the Astro Lumina, and it comes to almost $300 for the two of us. But that's a lot of entertainment and a lot of epic stuff that we can pack in one day. So we're contemplating, we'll probably pre-buy our tickets, because if you pre-buy your tickets, they are a little cheaper than doing it at the gate. So then, of course, when you go to Gatlinburg, there is cost in parking. We usually park right up on the strip. I forget what it is, 25, 30 bucks. It's something like that. But we try to get a front spot because we get there so early. And plus, I like my Jeep being seen and everybody knows where we're at. And they're like, oh, and they message us and all that stuff. So, Gatlinburg, I mean, you can spend a whole day there and it's amazing. The one thing we didn't do yet is Klingman's Dome, which is 45 minutes outside of Pigeon Forge. We have been there 5 years and never ever done it, so we're doing Klingman's Dome this year, and it's another one of those spots. I think you just have to pay the Park and Rec $5 parking pass fee for the day, so that you could park there and then walk up to this observation deck that overlooks. And they said you could see over 100 miles away from this one lookout tower, and it's just epic views. And I mean, obviously that's a running thing. We like epic views, so we go see waterfalls usually when we're there. Or we like to go to Cades Cove and see the bears, all that stuff. So we're going to do Klingman's Dome. We don't know what it's like. We'll find out this year, and we'll let you guys know. The last one is the Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail. We've done that 2 years in a row, and we made a mistake the first year, and we didn't go ahead and go online and buy that $5 parking pass. So we wanted to get out of the car at some of the pull-offs and do some hiking. So the first year we didn't get to do that because we didn't have that parking pass, and there's park rangers at every one of those little parking spots. We were just afraid our Jeep was going to get towed. Last year we did do it. We may have made a mistake. We may have not have. I don't know. It said 2.6 miles, I think it was. It was treacherous. So we went to, I don't know, was it Rainbow Falls? We went to Rainbow Falls. We hiked up there. To, it felt like for what it was is it's a lot of uphill. It's a lot of like round rocks. You're slipping, you're climbing. It's not the easiest hike you could take. It's not flat and it's not straight. So we seen snakes while we were on the route. I mean, there's like brush that kind of comes over into the path, and you're getting brushed with like bushes and stuff. My wife ended up, I don't know, something poked her and she got sick for 3 days after we did the hike. But the Roaring Fork Motor Trail, you could just do the motor trail in your Jeep. Really good scenic views. Drive through the whole that Metro Park system that they have there, and it's got like a river, or not even a river. It's a stream or a creek that runs right beside it. And the reason why they call it Roaring Fork is because the stream makes a lot of noise when it comes across the rocks because it's rushing water, and that's what's the roaring part of it. But Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail, and that's the stuff that we will probably most likely be doing while we're there. And we're going to add to that too, stuff that we're going to be doing. But this is just a list for you guys. So if you don't have any idea, hey, what are we going to do when we get there and what dates are each and everything happening? Because some of these things have hard dates and you want to make sure you're not missing the dates. So most of your stuff is you just got to figure out what you want to do on what day. So we're going to go to the LeConte main event on the 20th. We're going to do Hard Rock directly after. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Usually Hard Rock clears out around 5, 6, 7 o'clock. We're going to go from Hard Rock and we're going right to Quaker Steak. That's our hangout. We hang out in Quaker more than we do anywhere else. It's just kind of what we do. So the one day is going to be pretty action packed. That first day of the main event, we'll be at all three of these things. So if you see us, come over, say hi. We love meeting people that watch our videos. It's awesome. It's I don't know. I think every time I met somebody that was like, "Hey, I watched your video," I'm like, "You did, huh?" Like I'm not used to people saying that, so it's cool though. Like I'm glad you guys, the people that do watch, enjoy the videos and just comment, subscribe, all that stuff. So with all this done, I'm gonna get to the next thing because I haven't really done an update in a week, other than my little shorts on Mufasajeep. So as it stands, Mufasajeep sits at $6,188. I can take you over real quick because it's not really what this video is about, but I figured let's just do it two in one. So what I did is I added these pod lights. So the brackets were like 25 bucks. The lights themselves with the side shooter and amber were $41 for the set. So it wasn't that expensive. So for under $100, we added some cool off-road lighting, and those lights match these ones, even though those are the flush mount type. The other thing I did is, I think you could just barely see in here, I bought Op 7 strip lights in amber. I actually bought another brand, but they would blink only, and I don't want blinking yellow, blinking amber, excuse me. I wanted solid. So with that being said, I ripped those back off. I bought them on Amazon, so I sent them back. I think these are 29 because these were the 60 inch. So it's two strips that are 60 inch. It was $49 for the set. And you can see when I light it up at night, there's amber that kind of comes through here and then all the way across the hood. So I did the same thing with, I did get, this is all under one of my switches now. Those are under the same switch. I still need to hook those four up, and I'm gonna have those, this, and that all come on all at once off of one of the interior switches for the Rubicon. The other thing I did is I'm buying these Op 7 strips right here. They make them to go along your running board here. I'll buy those in amber. I actually already ordered them, and I'm gonna go put a set on either side so it'll have the amber like straight all the way across there. I bought another set that was 29, so you can see right here. I did this gap guard because the body lift kind of showed those weld spots through here. So I custom built this out of metal, and then I rhino lined it or raptor lined it, and then I laid this strip right here, in here, and it's adhered real well. It ain't going nowhere. So there's that. Of course, if you looked at the shorts, all my lighting on the back is done. That one rock light that I broke, I already replaced. That's in with the price. So as this Jeep sits here right now, total in, after I bought it from new, we are sitting at $6,188. So I don't know of anything else that I know of one other thing. I want a winch, and we'll see if I get that before we go on our trip to Pigeon Forge or not. Maybe, maybe not. I did hear that on the 10th, Harbor Freight is having their deals, and if you're a Harbor Freight member or whatever, you pay the extra. You can be an early bird and get one of their Badland 12,000 pound with a steel cable for 265, I believe it is. I may do that and order a synthetic winch line, swap out the winch line, do whatever color I decide to go with for the front of Mufasa. I just think it looks a little weird with the, we got our ferro lead. There ain't no winch. Where's the winch go? So maybe we'll get a winch. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll rock it just like that. Here are those strip lights. You can see it's op 7, and they're called running board strips, but they have this really cool. Um, Good products come with like this wipe, and it's just like the Easy Flip that we put on Angela's Gladiator. I don't know what solutions in there, but you wipe down wherever you're going to adhere that 3M to, and then if after you adhere it, when you wipe it down with this cleaning solution, that 3M really sticks. And that's what I really like about this Op 7 brand is these lights that are all in here and down through here, they're stuck. The ones on the back, it's stuck. So it's not going anywhere, and I hate doing things twice. So I'm just happy to have a product that I could put on, and it ain't gonna go nowhere, and I can go wheel and do all the crazy stuff I want to do, and it's not gonna move. So that's everything I got for you guys today. I know this is a little longer video than normal. We're just about there. We're so close. Like this thing is almost ready. I think maybe either this weekend or next weekend, I'm gonna do a video on cleaning this thing up. I've owned it for 60 days, and guess what? I haven't washed this Jeep once. I'm neglectful. I mean, I've been building it, so like there's that. But it's been raining all the time. It's just dirty. I'm gonna ceramic coat it, clean it up, shine it up, make it look 100%, and then give it a little protectant. So then for our long trip down there, it'll be easy to clean once we get to Pigeon Forge. The other thing I'll do is I'll show you guys my kit. I keep a kit in the Jeep that will, it's what I use like when we're out of town, and it has all the stuff that I would use to keep the Jeep looking its very best at all times. And just a cool thing that we do. All of our Jeeps have their own little kits. I like my own products. My wife likes her products. So there's a little bit of difference between my kit and her kit, but I'll do a video on the kit that we take with us, and then just some of the other things and what we take with us when we go on a large trip like this, things to bring and things to not bring, and just what we usually would do on a trip like this, and things that are like, necessities for a longer out of town trip that you want to keep in your Jeep. And hopefully this list of stuff will help you out as especially if you're a new Jeeper, like you've never been, top doors off, all that stuff. But I'll bring those videos out here in the next 2 weeks as we get closer to the invasion. So we're super excited. We can't wait for the Pigeon Forge Great Smoky Mountain Jeep invasion. You guys like, subscribe, comment, and I hope to see you, or hopefully you guys see good old Mufasajeep at the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep invasion. Again, Bill, Mufasajeep, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.